Welcome back to JVM Internals Crashcasts. I'm your host, Sheila, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of alternative JVM implementations. Specifically, we'll be exploring OpenJ9, an exciting open-source Java virtual machine. Joining me as always is our JVM expert, Victor. Hey Victor, ready to unravel the mysteries of OpenJ9?
Hi Sheila. Absolutely, I'm excited to dive into OpenJ9 with you and our listeners. It's a fascinating topic that showcases the diversity in JVM implementations.
Great. Before we start, let's give our listeners a quick overview of where we are in our series. We're currently in the Beyond Expert season, exploring advanced topics and future directions in JVM technology. This episode is part of our chapter on alternative JVM implementations. Now, let's kick things off with a quiz question for our listeners. Here it is. Which major tech company originally developed OpenJ9 before it became an open-source project? Victor, what are your thoughts on this question?
That's an intriguing question, Sheila. It really makes you think about the history of Java and how different companies have contributed to its ecosystem. Without giving away the answer, I think it's a great way to highlight that even though Oracle is often associated with Java, many other tech giants have made significant contributions to JVM technology.
Exactly, Victor. It's a reminder of how collaborative and diverse the Java ecosystem is. Now, before we dive deeper into OpenJ9, could you give us a quick refresher on what a JVM is and why alternative implementations matter?
Certainly, Sheila. A Java virtual machine, or JVM, is like a special computer within your computer. It's designed to run Java programs. Think of it as a translator that takes Java code and makes it work on any device. The most well-known JVM is Oracle's HotSpot, but alternative implementations like OpenJ9 are important because they can offer different strengths. Some might be faster, use less memory, or have special features that work better for specific types of programs or environments.
Thank you, Victor. That's a great foundation for our discussion. So, let's start with the basics. What exactly is OpenJ9, and how did it come about?
OpenJ9 is an open-source Java virtual machine, originally developed by IBM and now part of the Eclipse Foundation. It was first released as open source in 2017, but its history goes back much further. OpenJ9 is actually based on IBM's J9 VM, which has been used in IBM's Java offerings for over 2 decades.
Interesting. So it has quite a long history. What makes OpenJ9 stand out from other JVM implementations?
Great question, Sheila. OpenJ9 is designed with a focus on high performance while maintaining a small memory footprint. Think of it like a highly efficient car engine that delivers great performance but consumes less fuel. Some key features include 1. Faster startup times, 2. Lower memory footprint, 3. Advanced shared classes cache, 4. Optimized garbage collection strategies. These features make OpenJ9 particularly well-suited for cloud environments and containerized applications where resource efficiency is crucial.
That's fascinating, Victor. The car engine analogy really helps visualize the benefits. I'm curious, how does OpenJ9's performance compare to the more widely used HotSpot JVM?
That's a great question, Sheila. Performance comparisons can be tricky because they often depend on the specific workload and environment. However, in general, OpenJ9 tends to have a smaller memory footprint and faster startup times compared to HotSpot. This can be particularly beneficial in cloud environments where you're paying for resources by the second. On the other hand, HotSpot might have an edge in long-running applications with complex computations due to its advanced just-in-time compilation optimizations. It's important to note that both JVMs are constantly evolving, so these comparisons can change over time.
I see. So it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. How about real-world adoption? Are there any notable examples of OpenJ9 being used in production?
Absolutely, Sheila. While many companies don't publicly disclose their JVM choice, we know that IBM uses OpenJ9 in many of its Java-based products. Additionally, the Adopt OpenJDK project, now called Adoptium, offers OpenJ9-based JDK builds, which have gained popularity in the Java community. One interesting case study is from the Apache Cassandra project. They found that using OpenJ9 reduced their memory usage by about 50% compared to HotSpot without sacrificing performance. This kind of efficiency can translate to significant cost savings in large-scale deployments.
That's impressive, Victor. Now let's dive a bit deeper. How does OpenJ9 achieve its memory efficiency?
Great question, Sheila. OpenJ9 employs several techniques to optimize memory usage. 1. Shared classes, cache. This feature allows multiple JVMs to share common class data, reducing the memory footprint when running multiple Java applications on the same machine. 2. Optimized object memory layout. OpenJ9 uses a compressed object header format that can reduce the memory overhead for each object. 3. Adaptive garbage collection. OpenJ9's garbage collector can dynamically adjust its behavior based on the application's needs, balancing throughput and memory usage. 4. Metronome GC. This is a real-time garbage collector that provides more predictable pause times, which can be crucial for certain types of applications.
Wow, that's quite advanced. It seems like there's a lot of innovative technology under the hood. By the way, I've always wondered, why is it called OpenJ9?
That's a fun question, Sheila. The J9 in OpenJ9 actually comes from its IBM roots. The original IBM JVM was called J9 because it was the 9th JVM that IBM developed internally. When it was open-sourced, they simply added open to the name to reflect its new open-source nature. It's a nice nod to its history while embracing its future as an open-source project.
That's a great bit of trivia, Victor. As we wrap up, could you summarize the key points about OpenJ9 for our listeners?
Certainly, Sheila. Here are the key takeaways. 1. OpenJ9 is an open-source JVM, originally developed by IBM and now part of the Eclipse Foundation. 2. It's designed for high performance with a small memory footprint, making it well-suited for cloud and containerized environments. 3. OpenJ9 offers faster startup times and lower memory usage compared to HotSpot in many scenarios. 4. It uses advanced techniques like shared classes, cache, and optimized object layout to achieve memory efficiency. 5. While not as widely used as HotSpot, OpenJ9 has seen adoption in various production environments, especially where resource efficiency is crucial.
Thank you, Victor. That's a great summary. Now, let's reveal the answer to our quiz question. The tech company that originally developed OpenJ9 before it became an open-source project was IBM. In our next episode, we'll be exploring another alternative JVM implementation, GraalVM. It's going to be another exciting dive into the world of JVM technology. Before we sign off, I'd like to remind our listeners to subscribe to JVM Internals Crashcasts and leave us a rating if you're enjoying the series. Your support helps us continue creating in-depth content about JVM internals. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.